How's everybody doing?
Okay,
Good. So we have Kate, John, Blythe, myself. So that's enough for a quorum. And then we have Biz and Brian and Rufus. Okay, so is everyone okay with getting started?
yep.
All right, so this is the May 10th regular meeting of the Kent Parks and Rec Commission. Calling to order the meeting at 7:03 PM. Okay,
So are you gonna take the minutes or do you want me to?
I got it, Jared.
Thank you.
okay, so that we were gonna add a public comment. Correct, Jared?
Yep.
So can I get a motion to amend the agenda?
Where are we gonna put it, Mike?
I think we can put it, do you want to put it before approval of the minutes? So put it at 3B.
Yeah, usually where it goes, I feel like.
Okay, yeah, keep it at the top.
So moved.
Second,
Second,
okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the amended agenda and the overall agenda?
So moved.
Second,
All those in favor?
aye.
aye.
Okay, moving on to public comment. Is there any members of the public that would like to speak? Was there any correspondence, Jared, since our last meeting?
The only thing is Julia's resignation, but I figured that will be covered in the other whatever, item number 5 or whatever it is.
Okay. Correct, right, yeah, 6A.
Yeah.
Okay, moving to item 4, approval of the minutes from our 4/17 meeting. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve?
Thank you. Second, please.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Okay. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so moving on to agenda item number 5, the to-date budget. Jared included our to-date PDF in the drive, if everyone's had a chance to review it. Jared, is there anything you wanted to draw attention to, or this is going to be kind of just a regular item going forward?
Yeah, but it'll be a regular item. Obviously, we've been kind of hit or miss with that, but should be more consistent moving forward. And then nothing really, that I need to discuss. Not sure if anybody else does, but obviously we're approaching the end of the year. So next month, the budget in there will more or less be kind of the end outside of a few odds and ends. So, we can, certainly take some time to go through it and, see how everything finished, kind of how we did last year.
Mhm.
As you guys know, I've said it a bunch of times, but we're going to be over 100%, more than 100% over our anticipated revenue. So that'll be something like $25,000 more in revenue than we had anticipated taking in. So that's a huge bonus. So something everyone should be really proud of.
Yeah, one quick question, if you don't mind. What is United? Can you define that for me?
What do you mean?
There's a line item called United. Is that a cleaning service or what is that?
Oh, you mean it's something we've paid out, United?
Is it like a service company or what is it?
I'm assuming you're talking about the porta potty company. But it's not a line item in the budget. It's a bill we've paid. Is that what you mean?
Oh, okay.
Is that what
So-
you're talking about, John?
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's the porta potty company that the town has a contract with.
what does that have to do with water and sewer?
That's what I was told to put it under.
So it's the same company under 3 lines?
Hmm?
There's one for ball field maintenance that's under there too for.
Yes, yeah, it was incorrectly put in at first, and then I was told to start using that line. I didn't know what that line was for, water and sewer. So that'll all be rectified at the end of the year. That'll be moved into the right accounts and whatnot.
And each time they go out, how much was that?
I don't have a copy of the contract in front of me. That's handled all by Joyce's office. We just, piggyback on the contract. So that was the cheapest that they could get. Because Rick's guys have them as well, different, at the transfer station, et cetera.
Because we're gonna need an exterminator for the Emery Park. And we've always used them and they always had the supplies as well, so.
We've always used who?
I think it was those guys who deliver the uniforms for Rick. The guy used to come up to Emery Park and replace all the gels that were up there and stuff like that, so.
Got it.
I mean, now we're gonna have 2 separate companies. Is that correct?
I'm being for extermination and for porta potties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, that doesn't bother me at all, best prices are best prices.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, maybe it'll be a little bit more legwork, but I don't see it being too much of an issue.
Except that he's gonna have to level off the porta potties instead of having them rock. back and forth.
Yes, yeah. Maybe I'll have Ed clear a little pad that's level, so they can put it right on it.
So when did they pick up those porta potties exactly?
After Thanksgiving.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Mhm.
Thanks, John. Okay, any other comments on the budget? Okay, so moving on to commission-related business. So unfortunately, Julia Neff is no longer part of our commission. She sent in a letter that Jared put in the documents explaining that she she had a conflict and wasn't able to be part of our group anymore. I spoke to her one-on-one. She seemed to enjoy her time, had good things to say about everybody, but just one of those things where she had to move on. So I believe we need a motion to accept her resignation.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, well, now we move on to filling her role with one of our alternate commissioners. So right now, if I'm not mistaken, we have Biz and Brian in the alternate roles. And in the past, I guess it's just been based on seniority that we bump people up. But if there's any other discussion as to how to approach it, now would be a good time to talk about it.
Yeah, I'd like to vote on Biz because she's took the initiative and started to do the recording of the secretary. So she's a go-getter, so.
And I think
Yes,
that's-
absolutely.
I think that's how we brought Julia on. She was the senior alternate. So that seems to me to be a good practice going forward. No offense, Brian.
None taken.
Okay, well,
I'll
so we had,
second. the,
okay, thank you, Rufus. So all those in favor with Biz being elevated to permanent commissioner status, say aye.
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 Welcome.
Aye.
Welcome, Biz.
Thanks, Biz.
Thanks. I'm excited to be able to vote on things. Woo.
There you go.
And
So
keep.
do
and
we
keep-
now have to put another alternate in?
I think
Yeah.
that's further down on the, I think that might be coming up on the agenda.
Yeah, it's the next item on the agenda. And to answer that question, there's, according to the bylaws or constitution or whatever, there's no requirement that there's two alternates, but there can be. So that's up to you guys.
So, are we gonna advertise for that, or do we want, I mean, sometimes I think it's a good way to have people involved unofficially. But it doesn't, we don't have to do it tonight.
Yeah, let's put it off for tonight. I make a motion that we suspend that for until next month.
Second.
All those in favor? Or any discussion?
Aye.
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 Fine.
Okay, and the only thing I wanted to is, will Biz continue to take the minutes, or is that as she graduated past that role?
Oh, she's doing both now.
Okay. So Biz,
I'm
if there
happy
comes a time where
me-
you're,
I'm fine doing it whenever. It
Okay.
doesn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
we kind of like 50-50 split on that. So if you can't Biz,
Okay.
I will, and if I can't, you will, and
okay, good. I won't mess that up then, but yeah, if it ever comes a time you're looking to pass it off, just let us know. Okay, well,
We lost it. We lost you. Mike, we lost you. Mike,
Like an episode of the X-Files. Here he comes back again.
Oh man, this is rough right here.
did you, Mike, did you drive somewhere?
All right. I'm the host here. I
Yep,
think we're
might
gonna
as well
have to
take over.
mute Mike. He's gone. All righty. Well, next on the agenda, programs and events, Memorial Day parade discussion. Just want to let you guys know that moving right along, I'm sure some of you or most of you have seen the email that went out and the Facebook post and everything else. So getting the word out, been in touch with basically all the organizations involved, and we're rocking and rolling. So anybody have any questions? I know there were some concerns that it might be a little overwhelming. So if you have any questions, happy to answer them, but I mean, we're willing and dealing, so I feel pretty good and confident in everything.
Yeah, it's one of the easiest things that you can do. And I was gonna say, the other thing is that the airplane's already been booked.
Yeah, we got a nice big cargo plane flying over around 10 a.m. So
It's C-130, yeah.
C-130, that's it. Yeah. So it's going to be great. And, like I said, been in touch with all the organizations and everybody's psyched. So should be good.
Is there anything you need from us, Jared? To help
Well,
out with
that's
it?
the next item actually, Biz. So thank you. So the land trust does their luncheon immediately after the parade, and they wanted to have some kind of a presence there. And initially I had told Melissa Chernisky, I think it would be doable for me, but the more I get into the parade and the more I really want to focus on this, especially it being the first go around for me and us, I don't feel comfortable like I'm gonna be able to do the parade and then jet over there and then do more for the luncheon, especially because I expect the parade will be, the week leading up to it and the parade itself. I'm the type who really is detail oriented, so I don't want to have to try to split my attention between that and then going down to the land trust field. And Melissa had suggested bingo or something else. I personally don't feel that I can take all that on, but I told her I would relay it to you guys to see if the commission wanted to do anything or have a presence.
We're already involved in the parade. I think that's about as much as we can do. I know it's hard to get people to march in the parade and stuff like that, or even show up at the field there. So I know I can't do that because of my leg, but it's up to somebody else if they want to do that.
I've got a kid graduating, so I can't do it. Sorry.
Did the land trust ask for help?
Didn't ask for help. They want the picnic to they want to have all different community groups there being represented and doing activities for the people who come to the picnic. So it's not help as much as it is really turning the picnic into a truly all-inclusive community event. So I think it is really to provide kind of entertainment and excitement for the guests who come.
All right, so if some of us are there, that would sort of solve that problem.
Yeah, I think they want us there, but also doing something, some kind of activity or, something for the kids and families.
I would think we'd have to have thought of that ahead of time.
And it's usually over, and it's usually over by a half an hour, right, Rufus?
Maybe they're trying to do, a bigger thing.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like they really want to really grow the picnic and give people a reason to come besides just having a burger and fries,
Well, I would say that for this year, just getting your feet wet with the parade is pretty good involvement.
Yeah. I feel, at least, like I said, for me, and especially only being one person, even if I bring in Shane, we're going to have our hands full. So yeah, like I said, it's up to you guys if someone wants to step up and try to, come up with some games or whatever else. But I understand too, it's on the holiday itself, which is tough for people as well.
Moving on.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like we'll be able to support their luncheon this year, but if we get an earlier start next year, perhaps.
Yeah, and we will. This obviously came together a little bit later than we would have liked. But I think, as Rufus said, the fact that we're going to be, doing the coordination for the parade and, we're already getting the word out there and everything else, I think is a good start. And next year, ideally, we start way earlier. We start planning in January or February, and hopefully we can, knock something out.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Okay, baseball going great. Just want to let everybody know. We got about 65 kids signed up. When the most notable is that we have 21 kids in our pre-K baseball program. So obviously that was a new program we just started last year, and we had like 12 kids last year. So we basically doubled in size. And that's the program that kind of sets the stage for everything else, So obviously it's going to take some years before that translates into the older age groups, but it's certainly something to be proud of, the fact that we're getting kids in at a young age, people who really want to be a part of what we're doing. And ideally, with good quality programs, we'll keep them in. And then as the years go by, we'll see those older age groups, instead of right now, they fizzle out after about 9-10 years old. We'll be able to keep kids in and ideally really build something special. So it's certainly the long game, but it's something that's, everyone should be pretty excited about. So just wanted to highlight that.
Good.
Sorry, let me just pull up the agenda again. Oh,
Mike-
camp.
Mike Speck.
Okay.
Yeah, Jared's on a roll though. I'm gonna.
All right. Yeah, camp. We are basically full. I've been taking a few people off the wait list, so we have like a spot here or there that I'm just trying to determine if the people who have put in for the spots actually want them. But otherwise, camp is completely full all 6 weeks, 25 kids each week. So super excited about that. And still trying to wait and see what happens with the budget and whether or not a full-timer is approved. And if that full-timer is approved, we then have to interview and hire someone who will ultimately be the camp director. But obviously that hasn't happened yet, so we need to keep moving forward. And one of the things we need to do is advertise to hire program aides, who will serve as counselors in the program. So just need permission to advertise for that.
So moved.
You got a second?
Second.
Great. All those in favor of advertising for the positions? Say aye.
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 Okay.
All right. Motion carries, I guess.
Motion carries. What are the venues for the advertisements?
Goes out in the paper, and then we'll email and Facebook as well.
Do we have kids at the high school?
Yeah, so I have a couple kids interested who are local, one who is definitely going to apply, and another two who I'm going to encourage to apply. And they all live here in Kent, and actually have like siblings in the programs, which are how I've come to meet them. So
I mean, if need be, if you're looking for other, teenage kids or something, it might not be a bad idea to send a flyer down to the New Milford High School, or even up to Housatonic for, kids from Cornwall Warren or Northern New Milford.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm happy to put something out to our kids up here if you'd like.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Once the ads up, I'll send it over to you guys.
Thanks, Blythe. Okay, dog obedience.
Yeah, we previously approved this program. Just want to let you know we're running another session, and Lee's running it 7 weeks, the same program.
Did you finally replace the doggy bags that haven't been there for a year?
No, let me write that down, John. Thank you.
Jesus.
Yeah, we did get that comment, Jared.
Yes, I remember when we were over there. Forgot all about that.
I forgot to.
All right. Well, they'll be replaced, John. Note is on my desk.
It's better than finding it in other places. Yeah.
Yes, agreed. Absolutely. Better than finding it out in the field. Okay. So Mike, am I good to move on to 8?
Yeah, that sounds like we're on to our last item, the fields.
Okay, so Parks and Fields, there should have been a bullet point there. We should discuss removing the scoreboard at the field there. The metal is literally rusted through. And it's just, at this point, it's an eyesore and it's also dangerous. So obviously I need to contact the school and determine, I don't know if anybody, is really 100% certain who put that in or whatever else. But it has to be removed. Like I said, at this point, it's just not even safe. So,
So you're talking about the scoreboard at which field? The one closer to the school?
yep, the metal scoreboard, the large metal scoreboard
The
that
large one.
is before the batting cage. It's not salvageable. So,
And so who would be able to take that down and get rid of it?
we can do that with highway, Ed, myself, Rick. But I just want to make sure that we touch all the bases on who should be consulted. So Rick, I talked to Rick about it, and he wasn't 100% sure who installed it, but he recommended I reach out to the school, obviously. So, I'll talk to Michelle and determine the best path forward. And of course, we'll follow up with you guys, but just want to let you know it needs to go. So
There's 3 underlying underground lines that run through there somewhere.
yeah,
around that.
so electrical lines. Yeah. So yeah, that's just a kind of a notice. And then with respect to the fields, they're really coming along great. I don't know, I don't know who's been down there recently other than Mike, myself, obviously Brian, and Biz, but they're coming along really well. And I think by next spring, we're going to see really the fruits of our labors over the past 2 years. Things with lawns, grounds, takes a while for them to come together. It's not an overnight fix, but I think you're seeing hints of what's to come. And I think they look great, and especially where they were a year ago. So obviously, like I said, Biz and Brian, you could probably speak to that even better than I can, because you've been using those fields for a lot longer. But I'm certainly pleased with the progress we're making.
Yeah, and it's something that's good to take pictures of too, right? And so you can kind of show people like
Before and after.
Yeah, just here's what's getting better and better. So that's cool.
Good
I think
idea.
the baseball field especially just looks fantastic. I think the town can be proud of it. I think the players that are playing on the middle school baseball team are pretty stoked, and they're caring for it in a way that I don't think they have in years. And so I do think Rumsey was up the other day for a game, and I think it was something that we can be proud that a school like that has a quite a bit of money and has some very, very nice fields is coming to Kent Center School, and they're having an experience like that. I think is a phenomenal thing. And I think if we can continue to build off of it, continue to care for our fields, it generally takes about 3 years to reap the benefits of especially doing aerating and whatnot. But the dirt itself, the field conditions, and I see the kids out there after school most days doing some work to it. So it's nice to see that the kids are caring for it too, and they sort of see it and appreciate it. It's pretty freaking awesome. I appreciate your leadership on that front, Jared.
Yeah, no, it's been great. And like you said, I think that's the best part, is people are kind of taking ownership over it, and they're proud of it. And I got to say, at that game the other day, I mean, there were like 75 people there, and it really, like, I had a moment of feeling really proud. The baseball team was out there competing hard, and the fields looked great, and people were happy. And it's kind of everything we've been working towards all coming together at once. And it was a beautiful day. And it's just, like you said, it's something, people from outsiders come in, and you kind of brush your shoulders off and feel good. Like, hey, they're coming to this, and this is great, and they love it, so.
Nice work, man. That's such great news. Thank you, Jared.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Thanks, Jared. That's awesome.
You're welcome. Yeah, that was all I had on the parks and on playing fields otherwise, though. So,
Well, I've got a few things too as well, if I may. So first of all, Commons Park. We still have like $40,000 for drainage. We need to move forward on that, before the construction of the.
What was that last part, John?
We need to move forward on that 40K that we have from ARPA. Is it ARPA funding?
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to move forward on that so we can get it in there before the playground is set in.
Yeah, I mean, we've had this conversation a couple times. I don't know which will precede which, but I've spoken to 4 people at this point, and we're right where we need to be. We have good plans we're working on, and those one should not affect the other in any meaningful way. So we're where we need to be, and this will all be done. The ARPA funds should be spent, by the end of the early fall.
The other thing is the invasive vines are killing out the trees and the bushes, so if you want it to look good over there, you need to cut those right.
Yeah, Ed has his whole list of things, from when we walked all the parks, so it's on there. It's just it's slow going. He's only one person, and even when I'm out there doing work, I'm only one person as well. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
You're talking about Ed helping, I mean, Ed's work. Is that right?
What was that, Rufus?
Ed Mattson?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Is he doing that on set days, or does he have different days that he gets over there?
He basically, because his work schedule with the state shifts, so it's basically whenever it works for him. And if there's a time sensitive job, he and I will discuss it directly, like, oh, hey, we got the egg hunt coming up, or this or that. But otherwise it's when he can fit it in based on his other work schedule.
Okay, moving on to Emery Park. We need to empty out that pool ASAP.
Yeah,
Before-
Rick has already been made aware. I talked to him about it late last week, so it should be happening this week.
We have to get into the shed and disinfect it because of all the mice that have been in there over the last 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever. And we need to we have $100,000. We need to plan for that, what we're going to do with it.
Agreed.
And if anybody's available and wants to challenge themselves and climb to the top of the hill, then let us know what the conditions are on the trail. It'd be great. No takers? Oh, well.
I'm not against it, John. And you're
It's
saying
pretty
just
steep. It's
try to
pretty-
document it and.
Yeah, please. And then it's steep, Mike, so be careful, right?
Okay.
Is the trail marked clearly or not?
Yeah, yes. I'm just wondering if there's how many trees are down up that way.
Mhm.
So it would help out if we could clear it out. It has been on the Connecticut State, well, on Parks state site, so for the trail, Emery Park Trail, so.
Huh. How
And
long,
then-
what's the length of the trail?
About 1.5 miles, I believe. It's a nice view up there if you can cut away some of the trees at the top. Anyway, the other thing I was going to talk about is I was never able to finish the guardrails that we put up there at Emery Park. So we still have the guardrails, and Mike has the cross pieces, Mike Van Volkenberg. And now that Eddie's cleared out that top section, we should have those guardrails put up as soon as possible to prevent anybody from running down that hill with a car or anything. So where the bike rack was is now cleared out. And near the telephone pole is all cleared out by Eddie. Did a nice job last year. And then he added another entranceway to the back for people that want to walk down towards the roadway and then down into the playground.
Yeah, Ed's got the guardrails also on his to-do list from when we met last time. So
Jared, if you talk to Ed, if he's got, a couple days ahead of time when he thinks he might be able to go over there, I could probably carve out time. I need lead time.
Got it. Okay.
Schedule's really flexible, but I would be willing to help him with that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll let him know. We usually, honestly, he and I talk, usually like every other day. So I'll let him know.
All right.
That's it for me.
Thanks, John. Okay, that brings us to the end of our meeting agenda. Thanks everyone for attending. And I will conclude this meeting at 7:38.
Thank you.
Cool.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thanks,
Good
everyone.
night.
Fun.
Night.
Good night.